Okay, so the first work of art that I chose was presented by my friend Karis. She chose Cypresses by Vincent van Gogh. It was created in 1889 during the modern era. She likes this painting, one, because she likes Van Gogh, and two, because she likes the outdoors. She also liked the contrast of the dark green tree up front and the light blue sky in the background. She also liked that there was a bunch of swirls in the sky that gave the painting a fun texture to it. So my thoughts on this painting were that it looked like the work of an impressionist. There was the bright colors in the background, and it just looked effortless to me, probably because of the swirls. Um, Also, the trees had a biomorphic shape, which made them look more realistic rather than just creating them with a triangle or, you know, more fixed shapes. Also, in the Impressionist Met article, they said that one of the big things during that time was actually leaving the city and going into rural suburban areas to get inspiration. So Van Gogh probably went out into the country and found his inspiration for the cypress tree out there. My next piece that I picked was presented by my friend Kinsey. She picked Surf Isles of the Shoals by Child Chilled Hasm. Not really sure how to pronounce his name. It was also created during the modern era in 1913. She likes this painting because of the ocean setting and all the different blue tones make it look really, really peaceful. Um, she also pointed out that in the foreground of the picture, there's a lot of short brush strokes and a mix of colors. But then when you go to the background, it's longer brush strokes, more blues, and she just really liked how those two things created one big picture. Um, I thought that this also looked like the work of an impressionist. The short brush strokes, the unblended colors up front, and one thing that I really liked was that the implied surface of the painting was rough. I don't really know what the real surface of the painting was like, but the implied surface was rough, and I think that shows that the ocean isn't always peaceful. It can be rough, and up front in the picture, it just looked like there was waves crashing into the rocks, and um, it just wasn't peaceful. The third piece that I picked was presented by my friend Jessica. She picked House of Fire by James Rosenquist. This is a contemporary piece created in 1981. There was a lot going on in this painting, so she liked that there was a lot of warm oranges and reds throughout, but then there was a cool contrast with the blue on the windowsill or around the window in the background. And she also likes that there's a strange mystery of how these three objects, a grocery bag, lipstick, and a water bucket, all go together to create a piece of art. She was also wondering why the grocery bag was upside down, which leads into my thoughts on how you have to have an open mind when you look at contemporary art. I think that in this painting, everything just appears to be in the foreground, which I think is kind of strange. There's not a background. But it also has some illusionism with how detailed these things are, that so that they make it look realistic, but it also challenges you to figure out how these four things go together, or these three things go together.